Hey everyone, Dots Reviews here today. Something different. I got my Knipex 71 32 200s. These are the little mini bolt cutters with the little spring that assists in opening it up. And then it also has this little recess right there, is what I think they call it. And that's for getting up on thicker bolts, so you can kind of cut it a little bit, move it, cut it a little bit, move it, cut it, and then you're done. So I've had these guys a couple years now. I got a wicked good deal on them. They were mispriced on Amazon, so I got these guys for like 15 bucks or something. Normally you're gonna find them for like right around 60. So far, I mean, like I said, I've had them for a couple years, but I haven't exactly like beat them up, you know what I mean? So these are the 200 millimeters, and for those who don't know, 25 millimeters is 1 inch. So 8 inches. It has this little lock right there. You see the arrow, and it just hooks right there on that little ledge. So you can throw it in a pouch or something, and it's not just opening up and staying open. They make these bigger, they make them smaller. They make them with and without that little recess, and then they make them with and without this little spring. But this is the one I have, and I like it so far. It's cut everything I've asked of it, except one thing, which I was being dumb, and there was no way it was going to cut that. Anyway, I brought a couple things over here today. Oh, the zip tie. These will cut this like nothing. Zip tie. You know what? Let's go ahead. We're just gonna loop this. Now, if you're buying these just for zip ties, that's overkill. You could do way better for way less. So, yes, they cut zip ties. Surprise, surprise. The mini bolt cutters cut zip ties. They're not gonna be super flush, but that's really not too bad, actually. So yes, they will cut zip ties all day, every day. Oh, as you saw, I got it too far back and it didn't cut it. So that's because of the little recess, but bring it forward, it'll cut it just fine. So if I was buying these again, I would probably buy them without the recess, unless you're specifically needing to cut thicker things all the time. I don't. It's kind of an every once in a while thing for me, but it's an option. So something else I got for you to look at. We'll leave that right there. We got some of this thin wire rope. I don't know what this is. A 16th or something. We use this to secure displays at my store. If you don't know, I work retail. Not telling you where, but I work retail. So let's see if these will cut. I'm gonna point it away from me. Oh, there we go. I say that, and then I point it towards me, and I look right at it, and it just goes everywhere. So, yeah, it cut it, and it just kind of made a bunch of these little strands. Let's try that again for reals this time, not pointing it at myself. So, there we go. Give it a little beans, hold it right, you'll get it. But doubling up. Can we double up, cut it at once? Let's see. Let's see, guys. All this I haven't done before. So, oh, 2 might be too much at one time. All right, so 2 too much. Let's see if I can get it down there in the little recess. Still, still too much. I guess if you need it to cut this stuff. Look at this. Suddenly it doesn't want to cut anymore. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so he was just being difficult for a second. I guess he's temperamental. So, one of these strands, yes. 2 of these strands, no. I have somewhere, I don't have any just chilling right now that I can cut up that I know about. I also have like, I think it's an eighth that's like has that little plastic sheathing on it, because this is just the wire. It doesn't have the sheathing. But I have that somewhere. I don't have any to just cut. So 1 wire rope, good. It will cut the thicker. So like this is the little pinch thing that holds the little wire, and this is the pinch thing for the bigger wire. As you can see, quite a bit bigger. It will cut that wire. I don't have any. Now, what about crimping this? Let's see if I can do this. Can I crimp? And by the way, you have this little grabber area right there. So I'd probably try to use that little grabber area. You can see it has little ridges, so you can grab stuff. So let's see, can I crimp this? I've never tried before, so. I dropped you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Hope everybody's all right after that drop. So, but yes, it will crimp. Will it crimp the bigger one? Probably not. But let's see. I might drop you again, so I'm sorry. Ugh. Maybe by the edge. Let's see if it crimps by the edge. No. And I can't even get it in the teeth to crimp it like that. Most of the time we cheat at work and we use like big old like 48-inch bolt cutter to just kind of squeeze it, and that'll crimp it. But this guy, too much for the Knipex. But I kind of figured that. The only other thing I got for you today, I keep taking your visual stimulation off the table. I'm sorry. I got this fencing. So, for those of you that don't know, we have fencing in retail. All it is it's the front, so you can hook it into the shelf with the little guy right there. Hook it in, and then you have other pieces that go long ways, and they hook in right there. So this is a front piece. I have to cut these fairly often, but I don't know. Is once a week fairly often? You decide. But I would have to go and dig out our big bolt cutters, and I realized these are just sitting at home, not doing anything. Bring them to work, put them to work. So let's, for one, let me see. I'll show you this little front piece. It'll cut this just fine. So cut it pretty good. Maybe a little pointy. Yeah, not too bad. So it'll cut the thinner metal just fine. So then I got this thick. Let's see if we can use that little recess. Oh, too big to get in the recess. So double hand it. Okay. So cut that just fine. You kind of got to give it the beans a little bit, but it cut it. Now for the top part. And if you don't notice, this is two thinner ones, and this is one thicker one. So I believe it's this. I don't know. I was going to say I think it's the two smaller ones that's harder to cut, but I don't know. Let's see. Nope. Those were easier. So I'm just checking that out. So you can see on that white background there's no damage to the teeth. There we go. So these guys doing good work for me. did cut pretty good. This guy, I don't know what he's, I don't know, 3 millimeters. That's a guess. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, it did cut that. You saw I had to get after it a little bit, but it cut it just fine. This guy, if you're cutting this thicker stuff all day, I might get the 250 millimeter. This is the 200, of course. So if I was cutting this all day, 250. If you're cutting this thinner stuff, yeah, this one's just fine. Let's see if I can try to show you. So that was super easy. And then boop, right there. So kind of nestle it in there in the recess. Easy, bring it back. And once again, right there, recess. Well, maybe that recess is better than I thought. I guess zip ties, if you're cutting zip ties, the recess is going to get on your nerves. If you're cutting stuff like this, kind of thicker, not too thick, the recess is pretty good, because this is too thick for the recess. So you're giving it all kind of middle of the teeth. Guys, I love this. I love this tool. Makes my day every time I get to break these out and use them for real, because I don't know, they're just fun tools. So I just wanted to show you guys, give you a quick little review on this. Like I said, a couple years I've had them, but I used to use them sparingly. Now they're part of my tool bag every day, bring to work. Can I do it one-handed? That's the trick. Can I do it one-handed? Probably not. No, I don't have the beans. All right. Just wanted to show you all this. Great tool. Pick it up if you can, if you need it. It'll come in handy. Thanks. Bye.